I'll start with my friend Jealous. 2013 comes, we go to elections. What prompted us to go into those elections? The Jealous Mawarire. He goes into bed with Prof to say, let's sue ZANU-PF to go for elections. And they went to elections. Morgan and others were screaming that they cannot go to these elections until certain things have been met. But who takes ZANU-PF to court? It's Jealous Mawarire. It was a broken situation, I think. And ZANU-PF had the last laugh. They went to elections because of Jealous Mawarire. And won because of Jealous Mawarire. MDC was reluctant to go into those elections. I went to Maputo with the team, which went to discuss with the SADC. I was there. And Professor Reuben comes saying, we have beaten this guy down, he's finished. And when Chinamasa comes and says, no, we agreed with the court's decision that we are going to elections on the 31st of July. We agree with the court's decision. So sometimes when you articulate these issues, you must know you have clean hands. You must know you have clean hands, because history is not a monopoly of one individual, or knowledge is even a monopoly of one individual. Everybody is aware of certain things which happen. Behind closed doors or whatever you do, people can see through it. So sometimes when people talk of, have you investigated Mnangagwa getting so? I know, I was in Rwanda when Mnangagwa fell sick. He was airlifted by an Air Force helicopter. I've seen him flying on Air Force helicopters, because as vice president, he's accorded that. It's part of his package. Then we come to Tendai Biti tells me at SAPES one day that we were beaten clean in 2013 because we did not offer tangible things. ZANU-PF will give you.
But you said Jealous Mawarire.
No, I say Tendai Biti is another person. It's you who led us into elections, which a lot of people were reluctant to go into. MDC is very angry with you. I'm being very open. Then Tendai Biti tells us when it surfaced that we were beaten clean because we offered, I don't know, their program. And people could not buy those. ZANU-PF will say, dig in this hole and get gold. I'm not trying to sanitize to say ZANU-PF is doing the correct thing, but they will say, this is your hole where there is gold. Dig it, and you go into fidelity. This is your farm which used to belong to Mr. Vanton. It's yours. And the people see these things, and they go to the polls. So some of these things you need to really look at it. You need to also, as I said, you need to have cleaner hands than the people you are trying to denigrate. Then, Rejoice, you spoke about me trying to sanitize ZANU-PF. Was that the issue?
Well, integrity.
The integrity of what? Of reporters? Huh?
ZANU-PF.
Yeah, you see, ZANU-PF is not a new party. It's not a party which was created yesterday. It is a party that has gone through a liberation war. It is a party that knows how to navigate choppy waters. It is a party that dared to walk where the lions walk. It is a party that got the British by their horns and tackled the land issue once and for all. And it's difficult for you to say, no, it's a party, we are looking beyond the ZANU-PF. You might never know. It has other plans, which I am not privy to, you are not privy to. So sometimes you need to know your enemy more. Oh, closer. You need really to find what makes them tick, what makes them having a leader who is 93 and people still want him to campaign. Because there are other people with the baggages, like to say there won't be an election next year. That's dreaming. There will be an election next year. Yeah, it's dreaming. It's really dreaming, because these are people carrying baggages. They have certain baggages which they have certain axes to grind with the ZANU-PF, and they have a problem. So you cannot see things objective the moment you have a baggage. And the moment certain reporters have baggages with the ZANU-PF, you cannot report objective. The moment I also have a baggage with the MDC, I might not report objective. But the moment you have a baggage, you cannot report. Or the moment you are eating from the donor source, you cannot report objective.
Thank you very much, Reuben. I will move to... Hello? Okay, I think CBSO's person wasn't the
Which
last
one?
person. Just the sources, it was reporters sourcing.
All right. All right. Reporters follow the house style of organizations. There is no single reporter who doesn't follow the house style. You bring a story in the daily news to say, Vice President, Comrade S.K. Moyo is the most brilliant economist we have. It will not see the light of the day. You bring a story which says, this government came from God. These guys are good, and you are reporting for either Newsday or Daily News, you do not see the light of the day. All right, I bring a story to say, the MDC leader is the most brilliant economist there. He is a leader in waiting. You do not see that. Because of the house style. The house style. The house style dictates the tempo and the style, the type of story which goes into the paper or into radio. Yes, I will bring a story. I know the house style of ZBC when I bring a story. And I will doctor it according to the house style. Chris knows the house style of Reuters. He will write a story and doctor it to the dictates of Reuters. Yes, there will be elements of whatever, but the house style is important in any news organization. Otherwise, you won't have it. Donald Trump crying about fake news.
Thank you very much. We'll take another round.